Welcome to the 30-day revision crash course, and here's everything that you should be doing in the last 30 days / 4 weeks of revision and learning before your first exam. And here's exactly what I did to get my results, which is 10 A stars and 3 A's in only 3 weeks of revision. Now, firstly, what you need to understand is that this is going to be super stressful and it's going to be such an emotional period. Whether you're a bad man, whatever it is, you are literally going to be struggling. And especially if you want to get really good grades, and especially if you have those tensions of not being able to pass and you're currently on 2s and 3s and you want to get 5s and 6s, you will face a lot of emotions. And the best way to overcome this is finding a way to find a way to overcome or to cope. Find something that helps you cope. Now, my personal method was binge watching Modern Family. I binged watched, I think, about 5 seasons of Modern Family within the 3 weeks of revision. Whenever I had a 5-minute break, I would watch like a part of an episode of Modern Family. Modern Family was my coping system, and also I listened to a lot of music then as well. I think in all of my breaks, I would either listen to music or watch Modern Family. That's all I would do. When I was eating for breakfast, lunch and dinner, I'd watch Modern Family. It depends on the type of person you are. You might have different coping methods. I know people who would just cry, like regularly cry, and I don't know, see what works for you. For some people it might be football, playing with a mini basketball hoop like I have in my room. Whatever it is, find something that works for you. It's a coping method. It's not like a cringe thing. A lot of people see this as a cringe thing, but it's something that just keeps you going. It's a bit of motivation. I'd think before and after my revision sessions, I'd think, oh shit, I got Modern Family to watch in like 10 minutes. Let me lock in for this. Let me try and get this done as soon as possible. Along with this, I'd suggest doing something to better your mental health in general. I think apps like Medito, which are completely free and have no subscriptions, and also things like Balance, which literally have like a 1-year free subscription, whatever. I don't get any money from them. You can literally search them up by yourself. But, you know, there's so many good apps that do meditation and stuff like that. And some people might find it cringe, but just having 5 minutes, like I wake up in the morning, sit right here, because that's where I wake up, 5 minutes in silence, just think and meditate. And it just helps you like really collect your thoughts, and it helps reduce all of that stress and reduces all of those emotions that you have. Especially when in the morning you think, oh shit, I have exams in 30 days. What am I going to do with my life? Like, right? Find something and find a time and a place where you can collect your mind and, you know, your thoughts, everything. It's just a way of keeping yourself composed and cool for the exam. And that's how I was cool and composed for my exams. I've always talked about how I didn't really face much pressure. I didn't really feel it. And especially in my exams, I was pretty chill. Like I was sat there, I was 100% ready to go. And that's because I did things like meditate and I had a coping method. Second thing is organizing and planning. And now this includes like timetables and scheduling. And if you upgrade to my VIP, I've made an entire timetable, workflow, infrastructure course, and you can go ahead and watch those. They're similar to these types of videos. But on the free side of things, I've also made an efficiency course, and this also goes into detail on what I'm trying to explain. What you should be doing is understanding everything that you're going to do. Because as soon as you understand that you're going to be able to cover this topic this week, all of these topics in week 2, or these topics in week 3, then you understand the progress you will make. And it's kind of like a map. Right? When you go on Google Maps, you can see all the ways and all the turns that you'll have to make to get to the destination. Therefore, by writing down your topics and writing down deadlines of like, okay, I'll complete 5 topics in chemistry by the end of this week. I'll complete 6 in business by the end of this week. And then as soon as you level yourself up and think, okay, so let's say there's 4 weeks till the exam. I complete 5 weeks in chemistry in week 1. I complete 2 topics in week 2, 3 topics in week 3, and 2 topics in week 4. And now writing that out, even just writing it out, having it somewhere like a whiteboard like that, it just helps you see your progress and sees the turns and roundabouts and left exits, whatever. It just helps you visualize your goal and how you're planning on getting there. And by doing this, what you do is you remove all the stress and anxiety. Because by doing this, you understand that, oh shit, I will actually be doing this and I'm making progress on it. Progress. So plan and structure your shit out. Now, by doing this, I highly recommend deadlines and timetables. A lot of people in my Discord have showed how they make a timetable, but if you go on my VIP side, I've made a timetable course and I've also attached a timetable template that you can literally make your own timetable on. And now, organizing and planning also relates with your resources. You need to know where you're getting your shit from. Which type of resources, where am I getting my past papers? Am I making flashcards or am I using pre-made ones? Whatever it is, you need to organize yourself in every single subject. And similar to this, you need to understand, what websites you're using. If you're using your school's Google Classroom script, or if you're using your school books, whatever it is, understand what you're doing. Otherwise, you'll waste 5-10 minutes a day, which over time will build up. That will equate to about 2 to 3 hours. By the time it comes to the real exam, it's 2 to 3 hours gone just because you're trying to find your books or you're trying to find the right resources, whatever it is. I'd personally say have them all accessible in one place. And now if I'd say have them all accessible in one place. And now having something like a centralized hub of, using this website, I know that all of my physics, maths and business resources are on there. So if I were you, I'd create like a bookmark on Google. It's something that I use and it helps me quickly get onto my resources and past papers, whatever. And it's just little tips and tricks like that save time, but also help you be more organized, which leads to confidence. Now, I'm going to plug my VIP again, but just because it has so much value, there is a master doc which contains all the exam resources, past papers, flashcards for every single subject that I've mentioned. So literally you can go check that out. And if you don't have VIP, it's completely fine. Create something like bookmarks or put like half an hour away today where you can create a list of all of the resources and past papers and flashcards for each of the subjects. So you know exactly where to look when it comes to revising that subject. Now, along with this, the whole planning and organization part is also taking breaks. It's crucial to take breaks. And when you are taking breaks, what you should be doing is planning your breaks. And now I know it sounds a bit weird, like having to plan when you're going to have a break, but you should be doing this because by doing this, when you are having a break, your brain isn't thinking, oh shit, maybe I should be revising during this time. Why am I spending this much time, going outside when I should be revising? You need to stop that mindset because breaks are so crucial in performing well, right? And you need them. Your brain really does need them. But by planning and understanding when your breaks are and how long your breaks are and having intentful breaks, your brain comes back more refreshed. And when you are revising, your brain starts to value revision time more and break time more because it understands that there's only a certain amount of break time you have. Because if you don't plan out your breaks, what will happen is your breaks will become longer and longer and longer and you'll start to revise less and less. So make sure you plan your breaks. And that's exactly what I did. I would do half an hour, 5 minutes of break, then half an hour revision again. But it depends on the type of person you are. And now, in accordance with both of these, define your workflow, and that is the way of order of revising. Now, this could be for certain subjects, it could be reading all the text, then understanding the key definitions, then doing past papers, or it could be just watching videos, then doing past paper questions. Whatever it is, you need to determine your workflow. Without having a workflow, you genuinely will not be confident in what you're doing. And when you sit down to revise, you need to know that you know what you... And when you sit down to revise, you should have a general understanding of how you're going to attack that topic. Because if you're sitting there reading over notes and then doing flashcards and then doing past papers and you're not too sure and you have to switch it up for every single subject, it's not efficient whatsoever. So what you should do is determine your workflow for each subject. And it's completely fine to have different workflows for different subjects. I did, and it's completely normal to. But you should determine it before you start revising, because by doing this, you save time of, okay, should I do past papers now, or should I do flashcards, or what should I do? So determine your work. And finally, improve your efficiency. It's something I talk about a lot because it's such an important thing. When it comes to 30 days and 4 weeks, efficiency is so key. And if you haven't watched it already, go watch the efficiency course, which is also on the free side. Anyway, thank you for watching, and make sure you take care, and I hope you do well in your exams.